Climbing power poles present significant electrical and physical hazards. It is crucial to understand these dangers and implement strict safety protocols to prevent accidents. Firstly, electrical shock is a major concern. Power lines carry extremely high voltages, often thousands of volts. Contact with a live wire can result in severe burns, cardiac arrest, and even death. Even approaching too closely to a live wire can cause electricity to arc, jumping a gap to reach a conductive object or person, especially in damp or humid conditions. Qualified electrical workers use insulated tools and personal protective equipment, or PPE, to mitigate this risk. Rubber gloves and sleeves rated for the appropriate voltage level are essential. These items act as barriers, preventing current from flowing through the body. Regular inspection and testing of PPE are vital to ensure their integrity. Secondly, falls are another significant hazard. Power poles can be tall, often exceeding 40 feet in height. A fall from such a height can cause serious injuries, including broken bones, head trauma, and spinal cord damage. To prevent falls, climbers must use full protection equipment. This includes a full-body harness, a lanyard, and a pole strap or positioning device. The harness distributes the force of a fall across the body, reducing the risk of injury. The lanyard connects the harness to an anchor point, such as the pole itself. The pole strap allows the climber to lean back and work with both hands free while remaining securely attached to the pole. It is imperative to inspect all fall protection equipment before each use, checking for signs of wear, damage, or defects. Proper training in the use of fall protection equipment is also essential. Climbers must know how to correctly don and adjust their harnesses, how to select appropriate anchor points, and how to use their pole straps effectively. Thirdly, environmental factors can increase the risk of accidents. Weather conditions such as rain, snow, ice, and wind can make climbing power poles more dangerous. Rain and snow can make the pole slippery, increasing the risk of falls. Ice can accumulate in the pole and wires, adding weight and making it difficult to maintain a secure grip. Wind can create instability, making it harder to balance and maneuver. When weather conditions are unfavorable, it is often necessary to postpone climbing until the weather improves. Proper planning and risk assessment are crucial before climbing a power pole. This includes identifying potential hazards such as damaged poles, broken wires, and wildlife. It also involves assessing the weather conditions and ensuring that all necessary safety equipment is available and in good working order. A job briefing should be conducted before each climb to discuss the work plan, potential hazards, and safety procedures. Communication is key to ensuring a safe working environment. Climbers should maintain constant communication with their ground crew using radios or other communication devices. This allows them to report any problems or concerns and to coordinate their movements. In addition to electrical hazards and falls, there are other potential dangers associated with climbing power poles. These include insect stings, animal bites, and exposure to hazardous materials. Climbers should be aware of these risks and take appropriate precautions. For example, they may need to wear insect repellent or carry an EpiPen if they are allergic to insect stings. They should also be trained to recognize and avoid hazardous materials such as asbestos and lead paint. The use of appropriate tools and equipment is essential for safe climbing. This includes insulated hand tools such as pliers, screwdrivers, and wrenches. It also includes specialized equipment such as hot sticks, which are used to manipulate energized conductors from a safe distance. All tools and equipment should be regularly inspected and maintained to ensure they are in good working order. It is important to follow all applicable safety regulations and standards when climbing power poles. These regulations are designed to protect workers from hazards and to prevent accidents. They cover a wide range of topics, including fall protection, electrical safety, and personal protective equipment. The Occupational Safety and Health Administration, or OSHA, sets forth standards for electrical safety in the workplace, including those pertaining to work on or near power lines. These standards outline the requirements for training, PPE, and safe work practices. Adherence to these standards is crucial for ensuring worker safety. Regular training is essential for all workers who climb power poles. This training should cover all aspects of safety, including electrical hazards, fall protection, and the use of tools and equipment. It should also include hands-on practice and assessments to ensure that workers are competent in their skills. Training should be updated regularly to reflect changes in technology, regulations, and best practices. Safe climbing practices include maintaining a 3-point contact at all times, meaning that the climber should have at least 3 points of contact with the pole, such as 2 hands and 1 foot, or 2 feet and 1 hand. This helps to maintain balance and prevent falls. Climbers should also avoid wearing loose clothing or jewelry that could get caught on equipment or wires. They should also be aware of their surroundings and avoid distractions. Before climbing any pole, the worker needs to inspect the pole for any damage or defects. This includes looking for cracks, splits, decay, or insect damage. If the pole is damaged, it may not be safe to climb. In this case, the pole should be repaired or replaced before any work is performed. Also make sure that if working around power lines and the equipment around them, that only qualified personnel, adequately trained, work on the equipment. If not, there could be some extremely high risk and potentially fatal mistakes that can be made. Electrical safety programs should be in place to ensure worker competency. These programs should be overseen by qualified personnel who are knowledgeable in electrical safety. Also be mindful of local regulations and ordinances that may pertain to electrical work and safety. Working at height regulations must be complied with at all times. This is an important aspect of climbing power poles. Emergency procedures should also be developed and practiced regularly. These procedures should outline the steps to take in the event of an accident, such as a fall or an electrical shock. All workers should be familiar with these procedures and know how to respond in an emergency. This includes having a plan for rescuing an injured worker from a power pole. The rescue plan should involve trained personnel and specialized equipment, such as a bucket truck or a rope rescue system. The plan should also include procedures for providing first aid and transporting the injured worker to a medical facility. The use of drones can assist in inspecting the poles prior to sending a worker up to make repairs. This can help eliminate some risks that were unknown previously. This also goes hand in hand with using updated technology, tools, and safety equipment. It is also important to remember that safety is a shared responsibility. Everyone on the work site has a role to play in ensuring a safe working environment. Workers should be encouraged to speak up if they see something that is unsafe or if they have any concerns about safety. Management should be committed to providing a safe working environment and to supporting workers in their efforts to work safely. By following these safety guidelines, workers can reduce the risk of accidents and injuries when climbing power poles. This will help to ensure that they can return home safely to their families at the end of each day. Firstly, ensure proper training and certification for all personnel involved in climbing and working on power poles. This training should cover electrical safety, fault protection, pole inspection, and emergency procedures. Secondly, conduct thorough pre-climb inspections of the pole hardware and surroundings. Look for signs of damage, decay, instability, or any other hazards that could compromise safety. Thirdly, always use appropriate personal protective equipment, or PPE, including a full body harness, safety lanyard, climbing boots, rubber gloves, and eye protection. Ensure that all PPE is in good condition and properly fitted. Fourthly, maintain a strict 3-point contact at all times while climbing. This means having 2 hands and 1 foot, or 2 feet and 1 hand securely gripping the pole or hardware. Fifthly, use a safety lanyard or positioning device to secure yourself to the pole while working. This will prevent falls and allow you to work hands-free. Sixthly, always de-energize and ground electrical circuits before working on them. If de-energizing is not possible, use insulated tools and equipment to protect yourself from electrical shock. Seventhly, maintain a safe distance from energized conductors. Follow minimum approach distances specified by safety regulations. Eighthly, be aware of environmental conditions such as weather, wildlife, and traffic. Take appropriate precautions to mitigate these risks. Ninthly, communicate effectively with your team members. Use hand signals or radios to coordinate movements and warn of potential hazards. 10thly, follow established safety procedures and regulations at all times. Do not take shortcuts or compromise safety for the sake of speed or convenience. The importance of regular inspections is that it helps identify any deterioration or damage to the poles, hardware, and equipment. Addressing these issues promptly can prevent accidents and ensure the continued safety of workers. Training on proper climbing techniques can help workers maintain their balance and control while ascending and descending poles. This can reduce the risk of falls and injuries. Training on electrical hazards can help workers understand the dangers of working near energized equipment. This knowledge can help them avoid electrical shock and other electrical-related injuries. Fall protection is a critical component of power pole safety. Proper use of fall protection equipment can prevent serious injuries in the event of a fall. Emergency preparedness is essential for responding to accidents and injuries on power poles. Having a well-defined emergency plan and trained personnel can help minimize the impact of these events. Communication is key to maintaining a safe working environment. Effective communication between team members can help prevent misunderstandings and ensure that everyone is aware of potential hazards. A strong safety culture can help create a work environment where safety is valued and prioritized. This can lead to a reduction in accidents and injuries. Continuous improvement is essential for maintaining a high level of safety. Regularly reviewing safety procedures and practices can help identify areas for improvement and ensure that the safety program remains effective. Also, to maintain a safety-first mindset, all these areas mentioned should be practiced daily and thought of on a constant basis.